welcome to another Tune of the Month. Happy June, and therefore, happy anniversary to Tune of the Month. That's right, I believe it was now 5 Junes ago that I first had this crazy idea to just throw some tunes on the internet and see what happens. And what has happened is that you guys have been tuning in and listening and watching and learning the tunes, and that's the whole reason it's kept going this long. So thank you so much for joining me and sharing the music, because that's the whole point, right? This month I have for you an original tune of mine. I've been getting a lot of requests from you guys to do more Maury Black originals, and in particular I've been hearing about this one, so here it is for you. This is a reel called The Stopped Watch. And that's the tune. If you're just listening, thanks for stopping by. And if you are here to learn, I know you already have your instruments. You know how this works. It's been 5 Junes and all the things in between. So here we go. This tune, as you may have heard, is in B minor. And it's got vaguely, well, not vaguely, it's got pretty obviously a Celtic kind of vibe to it. Although when I play it, it tends to have also kind of a swingier rhythm. So, you know, wherever these things come from, I have all those influences floating around in my fingers. But here we go, I'll play the A section slowed down. Now, I am going to leave all the ornaments in as we learn this, as we've been doing with recent tunes of the month. I'm not going to take it out and play it without any ornaments because they're pretty baked into the tune. But I'll call them as we go so you can figure out what they are and put them right in yourself. I have 2 pickups. And that's the A section. I've repeated it twice as it normally goes. If you're listening with your Tune of the Month form sensibilities, you heard that correctly, that this is a part 1, part 2, part 1 ending tune. Ah, huge surprise. We keep saying that most tunes work like this, and it keeps being true. So let me break it down, these parts, so you can put it together. Here's part 1 with 2 pickups. Part 1 is the rolls. I'll do it again. So all that really is, there's a B minor chord that I'm rolling. And that roll, we've discussed how to do Irish style and Scottish style rolls in past Tune of the Month videos. So if you're new to that, you can go back and check those out. But for now, I'll tell you very quickly that when I do that, I'm rolling this B note, in this case, my first finger, and I'm playing B. I'm using my 3rd finger above, back to the B, below, and back. But I'm doing it very fast. so the roll actually happens a little bit ahead of the beat. Da-da-da, da-da-da. And now I have an A major arpeggio. I'll do it again with one pickup. Now, usually I don't use fourth finger in fiddle tunes because we like the open strings to create string crossings. In this case, if I play it open, I end up with a double string crossing. Ooh, not so easy to make sound good fast. So I am using my fourth finger there. Right here, because I can glue it and come back. Put all part one together, starting with the rolls. Roll. Roll. A major. And that's part one. If you need more practice, any parts of that, go ahead, pause the video and practice, rewind and play along with it again. But I'm going on to part two. This is the turnaround. It starts with an F sharp minor arpeggio. And that's turning us around back to the beginning. Did you hear that arpeggio? Here it is. All of that is just an F sharp minor arpeggio. Second finger open and second finger again. But it's mixed around a little bit to make it sound cool. And here's a little turnaround part. And that's on a hook 3 bowing, which we've also discussed in past tune of the months. 1, 2, 3, slur. And I'm adding a little double grace from above on my left hand ornament, which we've also discussed in past videos. That falls right in the middle of the hook 3. All right, so that's all of part two. Let's put it together, starting with the F sharp minor. Hook 3. And we're back to part one, the rolls. Changes a little bit. Okay, so that's a part one prime. We've seen this before. It's not a direct repeat of part one because I have to change the ending to get on to the end of the tune. Watch again. It starts the same with the rolls. Now, instead of doing the A major like the beginning, I'm going to go up the scale. Now that scale has a hole in it. Did you catch where it is? I'm leaving out my second finger on the E string. Yeah, do that part one prime, starting with rolls. Up the scale. And then I have the ending. And that ending kind of continues all the way back to the front of the section. Here's the ending again. Did you hear it has a roll at the beginning? And then an A major arpeggio. Roll A major. And now broken thirds. And up the scale. So that's just kind of a classic showcase of all the patterns we're used to listening for. Little rolls, little scales, broken thirds. No news there. I'll do the ending one more time. And that's the whole A section. Let's put it all together one more time. Starting with part one, the B minor rolls. Oh, and two pickups. Rolls. A major. F sharp minor. Back to part one. Change it up the scale. And would repeat it from there. That's the whole A section. It goes by pretty quickly, but it's super patterned, and those rolls should feel really deliciously comfortable every time you come back to them. So you can go ahead and rewind any part of this video you need to play with again and get that A section really comfortable and grooving. But for right now, I'm going on to the B section. Okay, so this B section, if you've done past Tune of the Month videos, and particularly past Mari Black tunes, there is a feature that I was made aware of the tunes I'm writing. You know how we all have these things that we do over and over, whether we're aware or not? Well, apparently I write tunes with weird chords in them. Not all weird chords, usually just one. And it even got nicknamed the Mari Black chord, which I don't know what that came from. I'm told that it means the chord that sounds cool, but technically does not belong in the tune. And in this tune, the Mari Black chord happens right at the beginning of the B section. The Mari Black chord in this case is, the tune is in B minor, but we are going to start the B section on a B major chord. There's the right chord. All right, so that's that eyebrow raise that you feel every time I come to the B section, like, whoa! We've turned B minor to B major. So you get to get your third finger real high up there, violinists, D sharp, cellists, mandolins, etc. like that. You know how to make D sharp. Make a B major chord. You know better than I. Just the lowly fiddler that I am. Okay, so let's do it again. Part one, start the B major chord. Now coming out of that, I have the string crossings. And I'm just gluing my first finger on that low B so I can keep coming back to it. And then to get out of that, just a regular old E minor arpeggio. So we're really moving from B major to E minor. I know, bizarre, right? String crossings. E minor. And that's the part one of the B section. It's going to come back, part one, part two, part one ending. Do it one more time. B major. And right there we just landed at the beginning of part two. I'll do it again. Are you hearing the patterns in there? There are little arpeggios. There are little things that rock back and forth. I'll do it again. You've identified all those arpeggios and chords at this point, as we've worked on in past tunes of the month, but here I'll call it out loud. I'm going to start on my E note, and I have a little grace from above. Right? I start on that E note. Now B minor. So it starts from the E and does that little rocky backy fourthy, B minor, and then a little rocky backy fourthy on the B to A major. E rocky, B minor, rocky, A major. And that's all of part two. Do it one more time, part two. Now this one is also a part one prime. It changes a little bit at the end. Did you hear it? Here it is, starts like normal, B major. Now here, to get ready for the ending, just a little E minor arpeggio mixed up. I'll do it again, part one prime, B major. part. It has a little syncopated rhythm there for a second. B minor, A major. Now all of those elements should be familiar if you're a regular Tune of the Monther, because we've done them before. That's a shuffle pattern, that syncopation, 3s against 4s. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, using arpeggios. B minor, A major. Now catch it on a cut, which continues down the scale, right? And then to finish, just a little, which is just a noodly back and forth with an added tap or grace from above. To put that whole ending together, starting with the syncopation. One more. And that's the whole B section. Are you ready to put it all together? Let's do it. Starts with the weird chord, Maury Black chord, B major. Turn around part 2, B minor, A major. Back to part 1. Change it. Ending. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, cut. And repeat. And that's the whole tune. Alright, so to catch any part of that, just go back, rewind the video, watch it a million times if you want. That's what rewind and replay is for. And then just get that thing grooving. This is a good tune to practice slowly because of all the string crossings and really planning on where your bow needs to be, coordinating so your fingers really are comfortable with the pattern, and then it will speed up very easily. I practice this one slowly myself because if I don't really have a comfortable feeling of like, oh, here's where the arpeggios are, it can slide out from under me pretty quickly. So yeah, get out the metronome, get out your favorite guitarist who likes to do a slower jam and play it through a whole bunch of times. And then it can really fly, or you can keep it at that groovier tempo. It's one of those tunes that works a whole bunch of different places. So you can play around with it and see where you like it. I'm so excited to hear what you guys do with it. And as always, if you'd like to see sheet music, little dots for this one, and all future tunes of the month, you can subscribe to my newsletter, www.mauryblack.com. There will be a sign up button right there. And once a month when I send out my little email hello to everyone, I will include the sheet music to the tune of the month so you can see that if you find it helpful. Hopefully you enjoyed the tune, and I'm looking forward to many more tunes of the month with you guys. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next month.